What's up, boys and girls, Danorex here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, we continue our journey into Formula 1 with round number 8, the Austrian Grand Prix. If you haven't checked out the last episode, spoiler alert, we won that race. Go check that out. It was an awesome episode where we took a surprising front row, even though our arch rivals, the Ferrari, was in P1. We still won that race. We overtook Carlos Sainz, who was on pole position, into turn 1, and we stayed there almost the whole race. It was a pretty exciting one. Please go check that out. And after that, we have some internal rumblings that we might have a new teammate by the next race. And the top contenders right now are both the Alpine drivers. So, yeah, reportedly, internally, Lamborghini is not happy with our team and Novalak's performance. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. We might have a new teammate by the next race. So let's continue. Let's fast forward. Let's see some more upgrades coming to the car. And yeah, let's go straight into qualifying. Let's see if we can get something done. So yeah, as we get confirmation, we get new parts coming into the car. Let's go straight into qualifying. So straight into qualifying then we go, and it's a sprint weekend, so we only get one practice sessions. Oh, okay. Since it was just one practice session, I completely forgot to change the engine parts, and now we had to spend the whole of Q1. Now we're down to P22, and we're gonna be starting from the back anyways. But it's 57. I don't know why we're now, and it's raining. It's also raining. We're not even gonna get a quality lap in, so basically we have just, we have just wasted a set of soft tires, and what a crash back down to reality it is. We started on P2 last time around and round number 7, and now we're back at the grid P22. So, this is a disaster from us, from Lamborghini, and just, it's not acceptable. So, yeah, this is just, why was this, why did this happen? It shouldn't have happened, to be honest. It shouldn't. There has to be questions being asked as we. At this point, I think we should just get a brand new engine in. That's what we are gonna do. That's what Lamborghini is gonna do. We're just gonna get a brand new engine, because we're gonna be starting from the back of the grid anyway. So why not just get a brand new engine? As you can see, it's forecast for raining for the sprint race as well. So let's go straight into it then.
It's wet here today, and we're expecting those downpours to continue. This will make for a difficult sprint for all the teams. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Perez, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Ocon, Albon, Joe, Stroll, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Novalak, Sargent, and Grim Reaper. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
So it's full wet conditions, and it's it's a disaster. We are in the back of the grid, 22 place grid penalty for components changed, and guess what? Ferrari gets pole position for the sprint race. So I mean, it's a disaster. Like it's a total disaster. Like I don't know what to say. I mean, yeah, it's just there are no words, to be honest. Like we're at the back of the grid. We're with Logan Sargent and our teammate, and you know, from all the past races, our team are not even in the points, and none of the cars that you can see on the top five have been in the points. I think other than Magnussen, when I don't even think it was Magnussen in as we do ceremonial burnout. Then I don't even think Magnussen was in the top 10 ever in this whole season. I mean, he might have been, as we get a perfect grid spot. Then we go to 5, 3, 4, 5 red lights. It's gonna be lights out, and away we go. Everybody gets a decent start, and yeah, nothing to write home about. Looks like Magnussen didn't get the best of starts, and we're gonna be past 1, 2, 3, and it's 4 wide temporarily. It is going to be 4 wide as we go into turn 1. Logan Sargent around the outside. We get past 3 cars into turn 1. Now, next up is our teammate and Bottas, then the Sauber. Let's see if we can make anything work on the Sauber then, as we're going to go down the inside of 1 and maybe 2 and 3 cars into turn 3. Maybe even thinking about going down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda as we make contact with Daniel Ricciardo. As a teammate makes a move around the outside, we get ahead of Daniel Ricciardo, P17. Then we're going to try to make a move. We're going to tuck behind the rear wing of behind our teammate. It's a huge dive down the inside of our teammate, and it's a great move down into turn 4 then. And let's look at the replay of our race leader then, pole sitter Carlos Sainz, as he gets a it's another disaster for us. He gets a good start, and I mean, the championship leader Max Verstappen is battling George Russell, and that, I mean, as Lamborghini, I think we should be more focused on getting Ferrari off the lead then, basically. But I mean, yeah, the Mercedes then are fighting the Red Bull, the championship leader, as the other championship protagonist in P8. As we see a replay from our POV, we get a, I mean, everybody really gets a decent start, other than I think Magnussen. But yeah, you can see 4 wide then momentarily into turn 1, and we just force the Williams out wide, and we just get a really good amount of traction to get ahead of the 2 Hasses, and then we go down up into turn 3, I should say, down in the inside of 1, 2, and 3 cars, even thinking of going down 5 cars, but we think better of it, and we actually lock wheels, the rear wheel of Dan Ricciardo we do, and yeah, we get a warning for that. And now down to turn 4, it's a long replay as we go on, as we're gonna look for a move down the inside. It's a huge dive bomb, and we do make it work as we get up to P16. Then as we go back to our POE, and we're locked up. We're into the gravel. Oh my god. As a teammate gets ahead of us, and Daniel Ricciardo too gets ahead of us now. But oh my god, that was a blunder. That should not have happened. Now we have to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo as fast as we can. Shut up, mouth. Honestly, you just don't know when to speak. Honestly, and now we have to stick behind Daniel Ricciardo as hopefully we can we look for a move, but we don't make it work in the final corner. Now we're gonna get hopefully get a move down into turn 1. We already have the traction. We are going to go around the outside this time. And can we make it around the outside as we hit Daniel Ricciardo once again? Daniel Ricciardo is just understeering into us, but we do make it work. Now the gap is 1.7 seconds as we see a replay of us overtaking Daniel Ricciardo, as yeah, just unsettling the car way too much, as the gap up to 1.8 seconds as Daniel Ricciardo once again comes down on the inside of us. Can we make it around? Can we make it stick around the outside? Yes, we can. We do get the traction going, and now we have to chase down 2 seconds as we go to lap number 6. The gap down to 1.1 second. We have pulled a 1.4 second gap to Bottas, and now hopefully we can make a move on our teammates. I mean, it's a disaster. We have gone half the race as there's a yellow flag, and that is a Haas of I don't know which Haas that is. I think that's Hulkenberg, retiring, I believe, from the race as the gap down to 7 tenths. Let's see if it can. It was Kevin Magnussen, not Hulkenberg, who retires off the race. But let's see if he can make a move down into turn one. I don't think there's going to be any move down in the final corner, as we try to size up a move on Novalak, our teammates. We're going to use the ERS, going down to 30% ERS, and it doesn't look like we're going to be making any moves into turn one. We get a tighter line into turn one to see if we can get a better exit, and that's what we're going to guess. But hopefully we can make a move down into turn three. Are we going to be able to make a move down to turn three? Yes, we are. We're going to make a huge dive again on our teammates as we make another bit of contact, I think that is. But we are going to be ahead of Novalak. Yes, we do get a warning again for contact. But now we have to bridge a 2-second gap to Yuki Tsunoda as we go wide again onto lap number 8. Let's see if we can make anything work on Yuki Tsunoda. Gap down to 1.3 seconds. And caution, the yellow flags into sector 3. Who is that now? I think that's a Saba of Guan Yu Zhou retiring of the race. And oh my god, what is he doing? Oh my god, what just happened? That was such a big incident. We just oversteer, I think, understeer out as a virtual safety car. As we go into turn one, it's a virtual safety car, and we basically have to stop to get our delta down to green back. And now, I mean, to be honest, the virtual safety car is not my cup of tea at all, because I don't really know how to control the pace. As you can see, we go down to negative 1.5 seconds, then up to plus 1.5 seconds, down to 1.3, and that just keeps on happening. And I mean, I just don't know what happened with the Sauber. What was he doing? We understeered into the way where the Sauber was going as the VSC is ending, but we are down into the negative as we get the reduce the pace, and we've got to drive through penalty. We just got to drive through penalty. Oh my god, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. We coming straight into the pit lane. I mean, it's a disaster. Wet race, not the best of the starts either. Drive through penalty in a sprint race, and oh my god, what happened? What happened there? It was terrible. We nearly avoided nearly avoided a generational crash with Guan Yu Zhou over there. We just understeered on the way where Guan Yu Zhou was going, and I guess he just didn't look in the mirror and just went right into our way as well. But I mean, yeah, if we just stayed on the road, maybe something better would have happened. But yeah, the gap of 10 seconds. I don't know if we can bridge anything as Carlos Sainz comes across, and he's gonna win a race again for Ferrari. He wins the race. He wins the Austrian sprint race as George Russell and Lewis Hamilton make up the podium places, and Charles Leclerc comes across P4 and our championship leader now. Max Verstappen comes around P5, and his main championship protagonist comes around P8 then. And we are just doodling around into turn 4. The gap down to 5.4 seconds. But I mean, it's a disaster as we come across the line. We lock up again, go wide again, into it was. I mean, what can I say?
Let's have a look then at the driver's standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow where we'll be live with all the action. And until then, goodbye.
So, the Ferrari gets pole again for tomorrow. I think the second pole in a row. And I mean, it's a disaster. I mean, all we can do is just forget about this race and move on to the next race, as Max Verstappen gets 3 points on Sergio Perez, as that championship battle is happening. But I mean, yeah, it's a disaster. Let's just forget about this and go towards the main race, as we're also going to start back at the grid.
This is it then, race day in Spielberg for this year's Austrian Grand Prix. Not long to go before our drivers hurtle off the line and into the first turn, the Niki Lauda curve. It was renamed in 2019 in memory of one of Formula One's most beloved figures. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Norris, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Albon, Stroll, Fernando Alonso, Tsunoda, Bottas, Novalak, Sargent, Perez, Ricciardo, Verstappen, Gasly, Hulkenberg, Joe, Magnussen and Grim Reaper. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So pretty exciting grid then. A lot of people getting penalties. Two championship protagonists down into I think P17 and 15, I think it was, as Verstappen down into right in front of Gasly then, as we start the formation lap. But yeah, our teammate up to P13, as I mean, he's trying to salvage anything.
We're not seeing any
It,
technical issues.
yeah, our team is just trying to salvage anything from this race, as we we're one of the many who are starting on the medium tires, and Gasly starting on the soft tires. One of our potential teammates then, Gasly is. But yeah, I mean, as we go to the grid, just just doing around the back, trying to do just warming up our own tires, doing our ceremonial burnout as it is now. And yeah, let's see if we can do anything. We're just slowing down. So to cool down all our competitors' tires, to be honest, that's what was thinking that's happening, as we get another purple placement, as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. We got a great exit, and same can be said about Guan Yu Zhou, as we get past already three drivers, and also down around the outside of Gasly then, and he comes out around right across of us. He just turns in on us, and we have up 4 positions. And next up is the two championship protagonists, the two Red Bull drivers, P17 and 16. Let's see if we can make anything work on them. 1, 2, 3, and 4 cars. We're side by side with the fourth. We are past 4 cars into turn number 3. That's a dream start up onto P14 then. What a great start that was, and we're gonna be side by side with Logan Sargent. No, we're not gonna be side by side. We're not even gonna think about it. What? That was a great start. Then we see a replay of Carlos Sainz. Let's see if gets an awful exit. I think he does get an awful exit. As George Russell side by side with him. Can George Russell make anything work? No. Carlos Sainz is gonna go around the outside. What a move from Carlos, as pretty disappointing, as the Ferrari around behind him, as the two Mercedes also making moves. Can Lando Norris get past Charles Leclerc? He can, and so does Lewis Hamilton. Gets past his team, and George Russell, as we see the replay from our point of view. You can see just from the back over there, just the Guan Yu Zhou just gets nowhere. He just gets across nowhere, and we get past 1, 2, 3, and you can see just the Alpine, a potential next teammate, just yeah, just cuts across us, and yeah, down to turn three now we go. Past the whole Red Bull family, I should say. We just passed the whole Red Bull family in just one turn with that one little move. And yeah, now we go back to our POE. Logan Sargent then going into sector number 3, trying to tuck right behind Logan Sargent. Let's see if we can make anything work around the final couple of corners. We're going to be side by side. Can we make the move? Yes, we can. Can we make it stick? Yes, we can. Now it's a teammate next in starting lap 2 then. What a move that was. Let's see a replay then. Oh my god, that was such a great move then. Up into we have gained 9 places in the span of one lap. That is, I think that's the same number of positions gained as Charles Leclerc on last season's final race, the Yas Marina. As we go on to lap number 3, down into turn 4, we get past our teammate. Can we also get past Lance Stroll as we are side by side with a teammate? Can we outbreak both of them? Yes, we are going to outbreak both of them. As Aston Martin still side by side with us, but we make it work. We are past 2 cars, and let's see what kind of move this was. And a great move from Onboard. Is it gonna look the same? Yes, it does. What a move that was. Probably the best move I made in this game in the history. As we see a replay for that Sergio Perez and Daniel Ricciardo. Sergio Perez crucially gets past his sister team, and Max Verstappen, the current 2 teammates, Max Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda, are battling it out, seeing if Max Verstappen can get past Yuki Tsunoda down into turn 3. This is a ding-dong battle happening, and no, he can't. He can't get past. He can't back past. So that's crucial for the championship, and we are sizing up a move on the Sauber now. His team almost took us out last race, and as we go on to lap number 3, we're gonna be into the points now. What this is the dream start. This is a car that would have won, that was potentially would have challenged for the race win. And oh my god, no, 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 no! That's a mechanical failure. It's lap 3. It was a brand new engine. What just happened?
Okay, Mark here.
What just happened?
Unnecessary wear to your transmission.
Oh my god! It was
We're
such a
gonna
good
it.
start to the race. We might have made something work, but we just got a mechanical failure. The first time I've gotten one in the game. And oh my god. Oh my god. That was, as we see a replay of so this is for the lead same time we had that mechanical failure. Then Lewis Hamilton, already Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton have already stretched out a 2-second lead from George Russell, the other Mercedes, and Lewis Hamilton goes around the outside. I don't know how this is gonna matter at all, because it's just gonna be simulated because we retired, and Lewis Hamilton gets a brilliant move on the Ferrari. You go, Lewis Hamilton. Great job by him. You get a pass from Lamborghini, and he defends very well and down into turn 4. But that was, I mean, I don't know what to say. Yeah, that's the end of the race then. That's it. Race over.
Smiling faces on the pit wall then after that superb win here in Spielberg. And rightly so, a brilliant effort from the whole team. And talk to me, what do you think it was that sealed the win for them?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Max Verstappen should be pleased with his performance, making gains at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
But there's no question in my mind, it has to go to George Russell. What a performance. He's got every right to be proud of what he accomplished out there today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.
So great day in the office for Red Bull and for Max Verstappen as he gets on the podium from P17. And now the championship standings, both the Mercedes have jumped Sergio Perez. And I mean, it's a disaster for us, mechanical failure, and also a teammate who most likely will not race for our team from next race onwards. He's down 3 positions. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. The only thing I can say is we have to forget about this and look forward to the next race. So please make sure to hit the like button if you like the video, and please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the noti bell after you do subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Until then, bye.